Welcome in. Welcome in. In this episode, I'm going to share with you how you can earn your first $1,000 and up yoga client for each yoga coaching client. And my name is Sarah Leonardo, aka Yoga Coach Sarah. So do me a favor, if you're joining us live, let me know if you're seeing the right screen. Sometimes I share the wrong screen and I don't want to do that to you this time. So go ahead and find the chat and tell me, tell me like, yeah, I see the right screen. So the screen that you're looking at is the Earn Your First $1,000 Yoga Coaching Client Google Doc. So that is what I'm hoping to show you. And you have my little thing there. So for this training, go ahead and utilize the chat. So that way I can answer your questions for everyone else while we do the recording and still answer your questions. I'm happy to also do the Q&A at the end. So amazing stuff. Thank you. Thank you. See the right screen. Awesome. Thank you so much. Well, welcome in. Thank you for joining me live. So in today's episode, I just wanted to share that I'm a yoga teacher and coach. And over the past years, I've learned what it takes to attract high-paying clients in yoga using coaching. And in this video, I'm going to share with you, so whether or not you're just starting out or have been teaching for a while, or maybe you're looking to transition your practice online, this episode will help you just, expand in your mindset about where to take your business and hopefully at the next level. Okay. So yoga business owners, this is for you. Here's what it takes for you to build a high ticket yoga program offer. So yoga business are booming, right? And there's a lot of competition out there. So if you want to stand out and attract high paying clients, you need to have a top-notch offer. And that's what I'm going to show you here today. So I'm just get right in to the course, and I'm also going to start reading it off right here. So one thing you can do is make sure when you create your long-term program, and if you don't know, if you're new, you don't know what that is yet, I can definitely explain in detail and even tag you to like other trainings. So essentially, a yoga program includes recorded sessions, either through Zoom videos or audios, like maybe meditations or yoga classes. And it's a type of program that you create step-by-step for your niche market, for your ideal client. And we also have a training for the ideal client and how to create that. And so what you do is you want to make sure that in your marketing, in your post, that you describe that that you have this to offer. And what you do with that is, you start to build them up, that you have, these sessions and other perks that help, illustrate that your ideal client is, has a problem, right? They need to be aware of their own problems, and your content and your program is describing that you are the solution to their problem. In this case, it's your program, your yoga program, okay? And also a clear explanation of the benefits. And this is what I'm talking about. So the benefits that, that your clients will experience. And this one, I wrote notes like, generally flexibility, reduce stress and energy levels. And we actually want you to dial in more on like the right benefits that will make your offer, that will offer a transformation. So one of the benefits I want you to start maybe doing homework on is maybe write out like benefits and just like type in all the things that they will benefit from your yoga program after they completed it with you long-term. So when I talk about long-term, it's usually creating a program between 8 to 12 weeks. And if someone practices yoga for 12 weeks straight, they're going to have some huge benefits, right? And so in your experience or in your client's experience in the past, write out what those benefits are and start to really align what those benefits are to your high-priced yoga program. If someone completed that with you, if someone went through that with you, then they can reap the benefits of getting that result at the end of 12 weeks. Because we live in an information age, right? They're not paying you for information. What they're paying you for is, honestly, they're paying for your for results, right? They know that they could do it, but not on their own. And that's why, you offer the coaching so that you can guide them and give them accountability so that they can complete it up to the 12 weeks. So what usually happens after you do yoga for 12 weeks? And so that's going to determine like what you want to do in your niche market. So usually to me and some people that I worked with is you want to think about like the big benefits that they're looking for. And it's usually to increase status, right? Increase, then it's really what they're paying for. So either they're looking for, it's like my experience is that, people may be looking for weight loss, or they want to level out hormones, right? Or they want to get off pain relievers. So that's what I mean by getting more specific, right? Like it's nice to say like, oh, you get flexibility and all this, but truly like if you're really dialed into your market's problems and things that is really driving them to, maybe a non-healthy lifestyle, then once you incorporate things in a program where you introduce, yoga and other benefits of a healthy lifestyle. Okay. And that's what they really want. They want someone to hold their hand because they can't do it alone. Okay. And that's why you can command a higher ticket price when you create this for them. Okay. And so then this is where I get into the pricing structure. So, and that's why I say that, because I want you to really equate how you can leverage, like being able to carry it for them so that you can leverage your program in a way that's like, you know what, if people really complete this is what they're really going to experience. They're going to experience less pain, right? Like people are suffering from lower back pain, sleeplessness, because they're sleeping with all this pain. And, after taking them on, if you've experienced teaching yoga and maybe in yourself, maybe you haven't taught yoga and you know that yoga has benefited you in this way. And this is something that like you want to show and do for others, then that's something that I want you to really help yourself position that you can create this structure and put this value in your program. So high ticket programs are typically priced, $1,000 and up. And, I recommend really at this range, more in the 2,000 range. Okay. And so what happens too is that when you start commanding that price, your clients actually do a lot better. They also have more skin in the game because they're giving you that much. They show up like so much more for themselves and to, like, okay, I paid like this much money for it, so I'm going to put like all my effort in. And once they follow your step-by-step program, they follow your yoga classes, you create this program for them. Maybe you introduce like, healthy eating or Ayurveda eating, and you coach them through based on your experience, like how it's benefited you. Okay. So I know I'm like talking a lot here, but I want to know if any of this makes sense, or the way that I describe building that that program makes sense, why you can command it at that price. So if you can find the chat, just type "makes sense," or if you have questions too, you know, you can pop that in there. And what you can do too is and I'll move on to the other part of this. So if you can provide all these things, then you're able to really create, you know, you have to have a target market. That means like you can't start selling a program to the masses, and that's how it's not going to work. That's how, you know, people start to really fail, because, you know, they say like, well, if I like market it to everybody, that means there's more money for me. There's more, I'm going to like, and that's actually the opposite, because once you start really creating and marketing to the masses, your message will get drowned out in the online space, because when you're talking to everyone, you're talking to no one, right? So just imagine like, you know, creating all this, and you create your messaging for everybody, it's not going to hit for you. Now, if you start to really identify your target market, say maybe it's something that like happened to you. Like for me, how did yoga help me? Oh my gosh, so much. So I had like pelvic leakage issues, right? I was a mom, and so after carrying like 2 babies, I really struggled with like leakage and had considered like surgery and whatnot. And, you know, yoga had really helped me after I built the habit of like, you know, practicing it every day. That's no longer a problem for me. That problem for me is fixed, right? Whereas like, you know, some people don't know that, and people don't know how to create habits that way. Right. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Julie. Drilling down to niche is hard. So really good. So I'm happy to do that, you know, with you today at the end, if you have like ideas on picking which niche that you want to work with. And it's really just like, I can help you problem solve with that later too. And what I found more enjoyable is like your niche has to be people that you love working with, that you want to show up for every day, create content every day for, not just to make money, just it's to like what really lights you up and you enjoy serving. Okay. And that's what like help a lot of people. It's like this, it's your like passion niche. This is who you love working for. And that's the energy that you will be in for the next like, you know, 5-10 years, right? If you're really going to take your business at that level, then you're going to be like obsessed with this niche for the next 5 to 10 years. Okay. So that's kind of how, you know, you do that. And also on that note is that, you know what, it's okay to start and change it later on too. I've worked with other coaches who started at one niche, figured out like, you know what, I thought this is what I liked, and this is who I really want to go with. And you don't lose that, because once you're in the process, a lot of things that you get to learn once you're in the game, once you're in the industry, it's all translatable. You're going to translate it into your new niche. So you don't lose anything by just starting. Okay. You won't pick the wrong one. As long as you get in and you start going, and you're, you know, you're committed to just learning the process, fall in love with learning, then you're not going to fail. And what you do too is, you know, so once you've created the target market, then you could start creating like a powerful offer, right? And how you become powerful in your offer is that you just give them like really an easy way to get started with you, by, you know, maybe giving them like you know, free training, so that way you get into your world, and then once you're in your world, then you start to introduce, you know, how they can really tackle the solution long term that you have for them. And usually we help you frame that offer so it's irresistible. Either like, you know, you give them certain guarantees, right? and we help you create that. And I may do another episode about like offers too. So, and then, you know, third, creating a landing page or website that converts them to a cold lead, meaning like they're not aware of the problem that they have, to a warmer and maybe hotter lead. So in previous trainings, I talked about the different temperatures of your market, is that new people are usually cold, meaning like they don't know that they have a problem and they don't know if you can help them, or they don't know the solution, and they also don't know if you're the one that's going to help them with a problem, right? So a landing page is something that every essential internet marketer, online, you know, yoga coach, online yoga teacher needs to learn and have. And I also call that like funnels, right? Funnels are really like money making websites. Like it's not just like a one, usually when you think of like a website, it's just like, okay, here are the services, go buy from me and hope you come back, you know, and that's not what I want for you. And I want you to learn how to create a process where they get on your landing page. I also call it like opt-in pages, and they start to interact. It's like, okay, yeah, this is my problem. You know, I do want some information, and I'm going to opt in by either giving my email address to, in order to maybe get like a free guide or a free, like, you know, recorded yoga class that you've already done, right? In exchange for their information, in exchange to get them into another pool of potential warmer leads, right? It's like now they know that they're in your niche, right? And then you can start warming them up to the solutions that you have for them, okay? And then, you know, and learning how to set up the payment processes so that you can take their payments online, okay? So there's several ones too that I talked about. There's people usually have looked into PayPal, right? And I like using Stripe. I use that for my program. And then we, you know, help you also build that into your, you know, your whole offer. And some course platforms will have a payment processing, you know, also included in a package, which is also a different investment, you know, thing that you can do for your business. But there's definitely stuff out there where you can just start to like play with and like really like believe like, oh man, I can really do this. And, you know, I have several like interests, and I can really make my investment back, right? So, and then again, free consultations are the same as like free, call them like lead magnets or freebies, right? It's really just to give them like a taste of what it's like to work with you, and to also show as an expert or authority that you can really coach them along or really take them along to their desired result, whatever that is. And then, yeah, exactly. And then demos, you know, same thing. Like, and we can also, there's also different ways you can do that, create an online space for that. Meaning like if you want to do freebies, like you want to do like a free video or a free PDF, you know, you make it pretty. One of the things I like using is canva.com, and you can create like, you know, pretty posts and pretty like images and step-by-step, like, you know, and you don't want to give them like the farm, right? You just give them like a little bit of taste of what it's like to work with you. Like I like to give people just 3 things to in like a freebie. So just like three big ways to, you know, have like a healthy morning routine or something like that, or like include three ways to implement like healthy eating or something like that. That's what I mean by like demos and things that like you can like give away, and then also stay in touch with them through like your email list. And if we also offer an email list and email marketing training here, if that's something that that interests you, that you can start like learning how to build. And then of course, that's how you follow up with your leads, is through your email list. And, and then you could start to present your offerings and start closing on the sales, on the high ticket sales through booking calls and closing them on in that process. And usually like you have your, I recommend doing like sales over Zoom. That's something that like we teach too. So, it builds more trust factor, that like they're looking at your person, they're looking at like your face. They can like, they can tell you're a real person, right? Online. And that's really important. Yeah. And so of course, with all this, you'll be able to deliver the results that they're seeking for. Okay. So, lastly, I wanted to also include in this, in training, and this guide here, this PDF, let me know if you want this link, and I'll drop it in the chat here too, so that you can have it. Okay. What thing I really want to dial in on is like, why coaching? Why add coaching to your yoga business? Well, it's one strategy that's just extremely effective to add. It's called a high ticket coaching program in your yoga offerings, because it also is a way for, either if you're teaching now, either like this is all you want to do and all you want to offer, that's good. And if you've already started something and you want to offer this as a back end, meaning like, and then maybe transitioning to making this your front end offer. And let me know if I'm getting you lost in like the terms, but your front end offer can be like the people that they see that you're offering online. So maybe they're paying for classes right now, right? Which is like one by one. They pay you either like one class, and here's a class for $25 or a class for $50, and that's it. Or maybe they buy like a weekly class or a class pass. But that's all they do for this, all they show up for in your world is just the yoga classes. So that's, maybe that's what your business is at the moment. And that's your front end. And then the back end can be the coaching, where you get to have this high ticket coaching program where you already warmed up your clients, right? And they're looking for more. These are for, people that want to invest more into their health. And that's why you can create this as a back end offer, and you can introduce it to your already clients, or you can just make this as your front end, right? And then we could add later back ends to this. We help you do that too. So let me know if any of that made sense. Let me know if you're able to catch me for the front end and the back end offers. So what that'll do is, creating this program, this coaching program, is that you get to attract more people that are really wanting to invest more into their health, and and also can pay you premium, for that program. Okay. So that's just another great way option. And the way we like also teach you how to present it is that we do like a hybrid. So there's one-on-one coaching where you can take individually, and that's not really, that's going to take up a lot of time. That's also something that I want you to work on, is like your time is important. Your time is money. So what we do offer that's more scalable for your business is a group coaching program. How's it going? Welcome in. A group coaching program is you have several clients. Krista, welcome in. Okay. There are several clients that join the program together as a group, and that's also something magical with that. That means like there's several people going into your program and you're meeting them all in one time. So like you're kind of doing this, say like you offer coaching through Zoom, right? And there's like, you can have 5 or 6 high ticket program and you coach them along each week to give them accountability, give them time to work through the program. Are they doing their worksheets? Maybe you create like worksheets for them and you provide, just an ear and you coach them along through what's going on for them. Okay. And you just add people to your program. So you can offer the group coaching and, you can maybe add like once a month one-on-one coaching, right? So to give them that added, like, one-on-one it's good to have, but we don't want you to just like offer one-on-ones because that's going to eat up all your time. Okay. And what's beautiful about group coaching too is that they also help each other along. They're also like creating the same and doing the same thing that you're asking them to do. So, they experience wins together. They experience, the struggles together. And there's something just really powerful about like, doing that. So that's the end of the lesson. And so right now I'm ready to kind of take on some of your questions. I'm happy to answer them on the spot, just for maybe like, 2 or 3 minutes. And if you made it to the chat, I dropped the Google Doc link for this, and you can just grab it there. So yeah, and you're welcome to drop the questions in the chat, and I'm happy to answer them. And Julie has a question about niche. Concerning niche is something like clients who want. Okay, tell me more of what, tell me more about the different niches that you've considered, and, and you're welcome to expand on your question. Okay, Julie talked about calm to help calm anxiety. Yes, exactly. So that's a good one. And go through encompassing yoga practice to calm mind and body. Yeah, so that's really good. So maybe anxiety is a problem that they're experiencing. Kind of like me. I should mention that. Like, I had like major anxiety, major crippling, right? And is like really, really bad, right? And so your niche could be focusing on people with anxiety. You can even niche it down to women with anxiety, or, you can niche it even to like postpartum anxiety, which was like what I was going through, or, women, or even like families, you know? So that way, when you start to niche it that way, you're talking to different types of people, and you could start to create your marketing messages based on who that person is. And if you haven't gone through the ideal client avatar training, yeah, exactly. Menopausal women. Exactly. That's a good niche too, is that if we have a training called the ideal client avatar, and what you do is you go through and really picture that person, meaning like when you're thinking of your ideal client, you kind of think of it as one person, and that person, there's likely someone like that, and there's like thousands of them, right? You know, so when you say menopausal women, like what is she, you know, how old is she, right? Is she like post 45, post 40 and up? You know, where does she live? You know, what is she working? Is she not working? Is she married? Is she single? Is, you know, does she have children? No children? Is she like an empty nester? Like, you know, you can start to create an image of like what she looks like and what the struggle she's having with. So with, you know, menopausal women, what do you see as like one of the biggest problems that that they come to you with? And what is something that maybe like you've seen help with yoga, right? Yeah, exactly. So really brainstorming that. And so what I'll do too is that I can, Julie, if you're not in the group, let me know. And then if you want, you can drop your email on the chat and I can send you the ideal client training. So that way you can start to, um, yeah, exactly. She's saying she can relate, and exactly. So if you know those problems, then you can start to create your marketing and your niche towards that. Like that's exactly how you want to do that. You yourself can be your ideal client, right? And you can start to write like how you've like found the solutions in your journey, and that's powerful. Okay, I was just talking to someone today how your story, your journey is powerful, and the more you can bring that into your marketing. And we talked about using yourself as the direct, we call this direct response marketing. So there's two types of marketing that you see online. So there's direct response marketing, which is if you're starting out as a first woman, man business, you need to focus in on that. And then second is brand marketing, right? So which brand marketing, you can do that later. Direct response marketing is something that will captivate your audience first and even give you your first few sales before you can jump into brand marketing, which is like what Coca-Cola does, what, you know, Nike, you just see like the brand, right? Like, but that's not us. For like entrepreneurs like us, direct response marketing is marketing yourself, which is what you described as like you as a woman, and you're here to help people that are struggling and take them on to the journeys that work for you. And that stuff is powerful. Okay, so really good. And we're kind of okay, on your list. Okay, great. So how do you want me to send you the training? Do you want me to tag you in the group? So write tag in the group or email. And then if email, then give me your email address on the chat. So that's about it. I had a lot of fun. Perfect. I'll grab that for you and I'll send it over. And I had a lot of fun training, and I love these like, you know, intimate Zoom calls because I really get to like give you a lot of value. And this concludes our training. Thank you for joining. You're welcome to hop off now. At the next portion of today's training, I'm going to do my usual tarot readings and, you know, all the fun stuff. Okay, so thank you, Julie, for joining. You're welcome to hop off, and we'll actually have a a recording of this training for you later too, so that way you can also refer to this later. You're welcome. Alrighty, so I'm gonna go ahead and close off the this here, and then I'm going to do the tarot reading, which is what I love doing each training, and just really like the way it helps, you know, here we go. I really like the way that it helps me give guidance every day, and it's just something fun I do each day and each live. So what is a good message today in terms of building businesses? What is like an encouraging, you know, message? What's the next thing maybe that we need to do for our business, and what is? Whoa, all right. I like it. I like it. It's honest. It's honest. So, so the Five of Wands, and you can see there's a lot of turmoil. There's a lot of like confusion. And that's really, this speaks to the current like distraction that that even I still struggle with. Is this card is saying, you know, to me and to the viewer and to whoever resonates with, is that there's a lot going on, meaning like maybe you're trying to implement a lot of things, or maybe you're listening to a lot of people, and there's a lot of struggle here. You see them, they're like fighting over sticks and whatnot. And what's this card is calling you for is to call maybe focus, and maybe to just kind of stand back and remember that you can command a certain calm in your business, and even like and to kind of, you know, recognize like this is what's going on. Maybe a lot of distractions, lack of focus, maybe implementing too many things. That what this is calling you to do is like, it's okay to just do one thing at a time. Is to just like if you do one thing for your business consistently, that's what matters. That's what it's not about speed all the time and then burning out. That's not really what it is. It's simple, consistent implementation, and you do that, and that's what you do, just one thing, and then you do it again the next day, and then that's how you build the habit of building your business and really like transitioning into that your new self. Because if you're, you know, if you're to be a leader in your community, if you start leading and coaching a lot of students and start to give them the results, you're going to really have to make a lot of changes. And you're really going to be a different version, right? The version that I was in the beginning of my business building journey, I was a different person. And just like implementing consistent small habits at a time is what wins the race. So it's not the hare, right, that wins the race, it's the turtle. So you just do, all he does is just like one foot after the other, and that's what matters. Okay, so that is all for me. Thank you for joining me in. And if you like what you saw here, and you want to know like what's next for your business, I'm happy to even give you more individualized coaching and a game plan for your business. So if you're curious in how to do that, I'm going to show you here how to do that, in just so that you know, if I wanted to work, if I really wanted to see how how you can start implementing it here. So where did that go? Okay. I just really like to show this because most people like, how do I do that? So that's what I'm gonna do here. If this is something that like interests you, and you want to know how to dive deeper into maybe creating a game plan for your business, this is how you can do that with me. So, you know, this is you go ahead and book a call with me. So here's the call link. It's yogacoachsarah.asme. And I also have this sprinkled out in the group and in emails, but this is what that looks like. And then you pretty much put it in your time zone, set your time zone and pick like a day that's good for you, right? Continue, you just put your name, right? You can just put your name here, and then you can put your email address here. And what they'll do is that it will create an appointment, and it will, this is what it will look like. Oh, that it will create a triage call, and it's a free triage call on Zoom. It's really just to help you move along into your yoga business journey. And that's how you do that. It's easy as that. And I give you the Zoom link, and I'll even give you the recording of the call. So that way you can kind of implement some of the strategies that we talk about there. So that's all I have today. Thank you for hopping in. My name is Yoga Coach Sarah. Julie, thank you for joining us. And Julie said it was spot on, perfect. And I will see you next time. Take care. Bye.